Welcome to HattageUnderground, everybody. This is the mighty METABaron.
Karl, Kutta, VOICEtheVillain.
We want to thank everybody for coming out today and giving us a listen. Today's topic is a very interesting one and near and dear to our hearts. It is Mother's Day Sunday. So this is the show that we're going to dedicate to all the mothers out there listening to us or not listening to us, but there's been a lot of motherfucking topics that have of interest that have been coming up. So we felt that, and we didn't have shit else to talk about today. So we just decided to dedicate this show to all the moms out there. Sunday, y'all gonna have Tupac all on the goddamn radio, all over the nation.
Not garbage Tupac. He said, "Fuck his mom."
You feel?
I didn't say that. She did. I just don't like Tupac.
Well, we can talk about something that you do like. Y'all got plans for Mother's Day? Y'all got any gifts or anything y'all thinking about getting moms?
I don't know yet, but I know it's gonna be some barbecue involved. I don't know. I might take her out. I don't know what kind of movie she gonna see. I don't know no mama appropriate movies that's out right now.
You can take her to see Guardians.
She don't want to see that shit. Even though that's a great movie, I don't think she want to see that.
What you gonna do for my dudes, Kutta?
Probably have a nice 5-star restaurant dinner and probably some nice cards and I don't know, maybe a gift card.
It's hard
And
shopping
then-
for moms at this
Yeah.
age.
I think I agree. My plans for Mother's Day, me and my wife, we're gonna take our mothers out. We're gonna take them to Cuzzo's. Neither one of
Oh,
them
shit.
have been to Cuzzo's.
I love
Greasy
that.
chicken.
Get you make sure you get some Kool-Aid.
Flat ass waffles and Kool-Aid, look, bro. So when I went to Cuzzo's, I had ordered the blue Kool-Aid, bro. You could literally mix that one jar of Kool-Aid with a whole carafe of water, and it's still sweet as fuck.
God damn it.
So you could literally order one, and everybody at the table.
Liquid diabetes.
Yeah.
It's pretty much liquid diabetes.
That's terrible. You drinking Jello at that.
Because it's Cuzzo's.
So we gonna take them. So we gonna take them to Cuzzo's, and then I don't know. My mom be on some nigga shit, so I might take her to the casino after.
I like that.
Yeah.
My mom wanted to go to the casino too. She might gamble.
I might take her there, but you know.
It's like my mom, she like one of them old school moms that cook everything. So when I try to take her out to eat, she don't want to do it. She like, I gotta wait in line.
She rather just cook at home.
Then she look at the menu. This costs a whole chicken. I'm like, oh my God.
Low-key, I'm getting the same way, low-key. I can't even lie to you.
I could cook this shit myself.
I mean,
Shout out to moms.
Right. Yeah.
despite the fact that we be talking about a lot of fuck shit on the show, we actually do want to try to dedicate some type of sensitivity to the whole topic of mothers and motherhood as it stands, at least from our cultural perspective, all of us being young black men.
Right.
Our outlooks on mothers and motherhood may or may not be in sync with what everybody else is talking about, but we do feel that some of the shit that we have to say reflects a lot of the audience that we have out there.
Yeah, and I think like with Mother's Day gifts and the whole holiday and stuff, people, you know, throw shade to moms in general and to black moms especially, but talk about, I ain't getting them shit and all type of shit like that. I'm like, nigga, you came from them. What's wrong with you? Like, you ain't dead.
Niggas,
You all right?
Niggas is ungrateful, I believe, and unappreciative to the fact that, like, if you ain't never wanted to put hands on your mother, and you ain't never had no goddamn rabbit ass fever dream about killing your mother. I want to say, if you ain't got no Marshall Mathers relationship with your mother, you made it out pretty decent. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you had that type of mommy dearest mom, or you got bad experience with mothers, I can understand your lack of sensitivity to the subject. But I don't know if anybody else here has had that type of relationship with their mom.
It was rocky for me and my mom probably in the beginning because it was a lot of stuff going on. I didn't hate her. I just be days I just couldn't stand her, but we grew to like each other.
I feel that.
You know, it was like I loved her when I was a child, but growing up as an adult,
I think
that's when it became
like teen years.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about just the culture itself or society that pits young black men against their mothers.
Yeah.
I really don't know what it is, because I can relate to that, Kutta. Me and my moms had like kind of a rough patch.
Yeah.
Like around the time where I was leaving high school and a little bit after, coming into your own really. And
Yeah, like
I want
shaping yourself and figuring out your own personality, your own like path. That's where we really started to collide.
As I get older, I kind of see and understand that, you know, the fears that our mothers must have or had to have had about us. I still get calls from my mom occasionally, ask me where I'm at or where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? They know when you're in trouble.
Yeah, they got a sense for that.
Yeah.
But they just can't figure out what you are. And I think that becomes...
That's because they're a woman.
Yeah.
And we're a man. Like, growing up, for me, when I was younger, me and my mom relationship was pretty cool until I hit probably like 9 or 10, and it became a lot more conflict because I was coming into my own as a person. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't her little baby, and she couldn't understand that. But I need to get from under her wing and shit. Then we going into high school. Then I'm like, look, I know what I'm doing. I've been, how many times I went to school? I've been to school for 10 years already. I know what the fuck I'm doing. Then, like, the relationship started smoothing out when I hit like 16, 17, when I got older, teenager, because I guess one day she just sat back and realized, like, this, maybe he do know what he's doing.
I feel that.
You know what I'm saying? He is a smart guy. So.
Are y'all got, I don't know, you an only child, right, Villain?
Yeah.
What about you, Kutta? You got siblings or you only child?
I mean, I'm technically the only child. I got sisters, but they way older than me.
They way older. So you was raised like
But
an
I was
only
raised-
child.
Yeah, I was raised only child.
Are you your mom's only son?
Yes.
You your mom? Yeah.
Yes.
I have a younger brother, but I was my mom's first child, and I was the first grandson in the family. So there was that. I actually got my name from my grandmother too.
Oh yeah.
My actual name, which will not be discussed to the plebs out there.
You know what? It's interesting when people always bring up the only child. Everybody got all these stigmas in their mind about what an only child is about.
I typically try to ask because a lot of my friends when I was younger were only children. So a part of me can relate to the marginalization that only children get. You know, when you grow up in the projects, y'all, like, only children are the anomalies. Everybody got 2 or 3 motherfucking kids or siblings. You got all type of siblings and don't all share the same parents and shit like that.
That chosen one type feeling. And all the dope dealers knew it. Like, they knew that I was, there's like, I think that's maybe why they gave me certain passes and special attention.
I mean, if anything happens, motherfuckers is gonna come looking for you.
Yeah, that's the only thing. That's one of the advantages of being the only child is that you are the only one, and it's something, and you're kind of looked at as more precious.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if this is all we got, so he gotta be the one that make it. But it's also a give and take with that, because if you are the only one, it's a lot more pressure.
It's a lot more pressure.
And if I fuck up,
no, yeah, there's no other sibling to pawn it off on.
Ain't no other villain junior. So,
and I mean, well, I guess, moving along, I guess it's safe to say that everybody here has either a pretty decent relationship with their mother or a non-problematic one.
Yeah.
Now, have y'all been privy to do y'all got friends that have trouble or problematic relationships with their mothers? Have either of y'all dealt with the bitter mother syndrome, either via relatives, friends, or significant others?
Yeah.
Where the mother was just like a bitter ass bitch in a basket case.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. I don't know what it's called. It's been a couple different things that I've dealt with. Like, I had an ex girlfriend. Her mom was kind of like, let's say, she was mad because her daughter was a better looking, younger version of her.
So I've dealt with the, not to get too crass, I've dealt with the inverse of that. There was a girl I was talking to in high school that I liked a lot. And she was the best part of going to work. And then I met her moms, and her moms was just so much better than her. Her mom, like, it was like, and old girl was everything that I liked at the time.
Like, I need a description now. What does she look like?
Old girl or her mom's?
Her mom's.
Man, red bone in the truest sense, down to the hazel eyes and the freckles, thick tongue and belly button ring.
Whoa.
Bro.
You had me in belly button ring.
How old is their mom? Like 20, 29?
I didn't care.
It did. She was old enough.
She was old enough. I mean, my young ass, she was one of the very few women that I felt not uncomfortable around, but you know how you get antsy. You know how when you was a kid and you really liked a girl, and you be like on some shy shit. Yeah, her mom was one of those. Her mom brought that. But and the best part about it was, as much as I liked her daughter, me and the mother got along so much better. Like we had similar tastes in music, similar tastes in sports teams and all that shit. I don't know if that was just her placating to my young stupid ass, but I appreciate it.
Whenever I take a chick out and I see her mom is a way better version of her, or like her sister or something, I instantly just get mad. I'm like, God, I get mad because I be like, God damn it. Like, why did I have to pick this one? And why couldn't I have been like 10 years older? I could have got the mom.
You could have got the mom.
But it's just frustrating because that shit just crazy. But every time I go on Facebook on Mother's Day, my favorite part is looking at them badass mamas.
Badass mamas. Badass. It's the difference between being a badass mama and a mama with attitude shit.
What if you run into a mama with an attitude with a badass body?
It's a good question.
I don't know. Like,
I ran into that.
Really?
Terrible, shitty attitude.
Sassy ass, hot ass mama.
But her mama could work a room. Yeah, her
She
mom,
probably just an old hoe. Like,
yeah, that's exactly. You know what's funny? That's the first thing that went in my head when I saw her, because she had on the shorts. She had on these little tight shorts. And this old ass, tight ass tube top, and my first thing, it was like, big booty hoes, come with it.
Oh man,
that was the first song that came in my head. Yeah, I was like, oh man, that's your mama
runner right there.
Yeah, I was like, that's your mama. Yeah.
Should be at Floods every night.
Every night.
I've also dealt with shit to where, you know, the moms will be bad, but she got like, it's that, going back to the topic, the stank attitude shit where nothing her daughter does is good enough. Everything that she does, sabotage. She trying to sabotage. Like one of the girls I was real close to when I was little, that was her issue. Like she loved the shit out of her moms, but her mom had all type of issues, substance abuse shit and all this other shit, and she stayed with her dad as a result. Like I knew a few girls that was like that. You know, shout out to the dudes that have actually had to step up, because we always hear about the ain't shit niggas out there.
Fathers.
Yeah, the fathers, but don't nobody ever bring up the fellas that's actually stepped up, because they are in a situation where their baby's mother is less of a mother and more so of a life carrier.
They kind of gotta save them.
I mean,
save my daughter from.
Yeah, especially if you got a daughter, because you know you don't want your daughter to internalize the fucked up relationship with her mom and start acting out on that shit.
Right.
I don't know, y'all got any experience with shit like that? It ain't even got to be with
experience with like father daughter situations. I don't think I've ever encountered.
Like, you mean like coming into a situation where you gotta talk to her father instead of her mother? Because I've had that happen a bunch of times, and I ain't like it.
I've never had that happen.
Talk to her dad. Like, I usually avoid their dad. I usually talk to girls without dads.
I was just about to say that. I guess in the environment that I'm in, that's usually what I deal with. It's rare that I might have to do that, but 9 times out of 10, I'm not meeting the parents a lot.
I want to say that's par for the course, given our environment and our culture. It's not often that you run into either dads that are there, or the singular dads. Because I mean, you know, I don't want to decry the people that are actually in 2-parent homes. You know what I'm saying? That's the norm for everybody else, it seems like, but us.
But why is that?
Culture.
Yeah, it's glorified.
You think so?
Just keep the baby and kick the nigga out the house.
Yeah, it's culture. It has nothing to do. It has nothing to do with race, because you have whites and other minorities. Whites are minorities. We have whites, and then you have other minorities where this is the case, but it's not the norm within their culture.
It's not celebrated. Because a lot of times they be like, "Oh, you a strong black woman, you raising that kid on her own."
Yeah, you don't typically hear strong Latino woman or strong white woman or strong Asian woman or strong Arab woman. Yeah, it's pretty much like, what the fuck happened to you and why are you at odds with your community?
Your husband died in the war.
Yeah.
Damn.
They ask shit.
That's hard.
But you typically, but then again, other people don't readily identify with black culture, quote unquote, because they don't live in a matriarchy. Yeah. Blacks live in a matriarchy, but other people don't.
But even though you can say we live in a matriarchy, I think mothers in general are pretty much more important to the kid anyway, because they come out of them. They're the first person that they learn from. They teach them all that shit. I'm gonna say it's like 55-45 or 60-40. You know what I'm saying?
Given the possible first 4 years,
Yeah,
I'll agree with that. Because I mean, the role of the father typically comes in to help reinforce the stuff that the mother is doing, and then provide some type of safe haven and security for the mother and the child.
Right.
because as a man, if I had a kid and that kid is 2 years old, I don't know what the fuck to do with that kid. Like, what the fuck do you do with a 2-year-old?
I can't say that now because like it's too much like technology for you like to not know. You know what I mean? Like I think.
Do you what you want to?
Yeah, I would want to know because
No, I'm saying would you want to fucking hang out with a 2-year-old?
it's your DNA.
I mean, to be the priority of it though, like it's gonna be with the mother most of the time, right?
Right.
And she's gonna call you to go in there and do that.
Unless you're in a certain situation, yes.
Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like that's something like fatherhood. Even though I haven't experienced it yet, I'm already certain that the fact that I am a father, I would probably celebrate. That's just me.
Is that I'm in it now, so I might as well. I gotta be happy about it and celebrate it, or I want this.
I don't know. I guess it depends on.
You gotta wait and see.
You gotta wait and see how you react. Cause I mean, I don't know how I'm gonna react.
Because I think a lot of these motherfuckers don't like their kids.
I agree to that. I see a lot of animosity just in the way that they handle their kids, and just the lack of care, concern, and disregard. You don't care what your child is eating. You don't care where your child's friends are.
You don't care where your child is at.
Yeah, those are typical signs of neglect. And I mean,
teaching your kids. A lot of these niggas got their kids fucking public school, the worst public school that ever fucking exists. A lot of times.
Most of the girls that I knew, most of the girls that I knew in my youth,
going there.
He seems like he going there. Most of the girls that I knew when I was younger that were at risk, typically there was no one in the home that cared about the girl.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? A lot of shit goes into the at-risk stuff. Like people be wondering how these girls be so fast or whatever. It typically comes from no one watching over them, or no one exercising caution and letting them know, like, hey, you shouldn't be on this. Not as no 8, no 9-year-old.
What's that,
bro?
There's no more big mamas.
Yeah, grandma's like 37.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I was about to say there are grandmas, but grandma's still club age. So you know what I'm saying.
Belly rings.
The grandma trying to get loose, and it's far gone are the days where you think back to our day and age and times of grandmas and whatnot, where you know what I'm saying. You look at grandma, and it's like, all right, grandma is specifically built. If grandma ain't built for Cuban links no more, she gonna be at the crib, in the kitchen, holding shit down. Motherfucking grandmas now be having on waist trainers, and they be having in extensions. Grandma in the club, smelling like Henny, trying to get a shot of Patron. It's bad, man.
Yeah, it's bad. They got Tinder accounts.
Bro, it's about to be grandmas out here with cheetah prints on and motherfucking kiss tattoos on the neck.
Like Eve.
Oh, God.
Oh, okay. Don't even mention that.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, and then there's a lot of shit that's going on now, because I mean, now that we are in the age and we are at the cusp of gender fluidity, what do y'all think it means to be a mother in the age of gender fluidity and transgenderism?
If you can't have a kid, then you can't be a mother, right?
Well, I would agree to that, but you have things like the Canadian government is now changing.
Not the Canadian government.
blame.
The Canadian government is changing the legislature around to reflect gender fluidity, because now the terms mother and father are being taken off of Canadian legislative language.
You can't do nothing now.
It's being replaced with parent and co-parent.
So the father is the co-parent. So because he's not as
If he's a father.
That's fucking crazy.
I mean, but you know.
That's crazy.
So what was? What kind of garbage are they doing? I think that is ruining any chance of a heterosexual male in this race of the circle of reproduction. I feel like we losing out on men. We're losing out on our identity.
Well, it seems like heteronormalcy. Heteronormalcy, some people feel that it is being attacked by certain actions like changing the language of the legislature, and other people feel like, well, they're trying to make society in whole more encompassing. I mean, you know, you have women, you have more and more younger women now that are choosing to opt out of motherhood. Some people are even choosing to go as far as utilizing surrogates. Initially, stuff like surrogates and stuff were for women that could not conceive themselves.
So you mean opt out of pregnancy, not opt out of mother?
Yeah.
I thought you meant opt out of motherhood.
Yeah,
there is a lot of women that is opting out of motherhood.
No, I mean both.
I mean
both.
Right.
The more extreme would be opting out of motherhood completely, or at least biologically. I mean, they may decide to adopt later in life, but they don't plan on having any kids themselves. And then you have other people, like I said, the procedure initially, you could say it was for women who could not conceive themselves, or health complications would have arise due to the pregnancy. And a lot of women, for vanity's sake, are choosing to have a surrogate.
So nowadays, they pretty much shame masculinity, right? Like, masculinity is not looked at favorably in today's society.
They trying to erase us.
So
it's because
with that being said, shouldn't they openly shame these women that opt out of motherhood, like get rid of their kids, like after the kid is already born, like just drop it off at a fucking fireman station or a police office? So like, why is that okay? But if a dude was like, I don't want this kid, sign over my rights.
That's a good question. Men cannot opt out of paternity, but women can opt out of maternity.
Yeah, like it's too late. They need to make a law where it's like, all right, it's too late. Now you stuck with it. You should have did something.
Right, you should have did
6 months
right.
ago.
You should have took action before the prior time.
Yeah, I mean, abortion, but I'm not abortion and fucking adoption, but you can't you just fucking abandon somebody. That's not right.
Abandonment is a crime. If you do not secure safe passage for the child, that's considered child endangerment, and charges can be brought up against those women for that. But women that just choose to opt out of being a parent whatsoever, to me, that seems like the only way that the guy is safe. But also, what if the guy wanted to be in a child's life?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
you don't get shit.
If you just run to a fucking police station, drop the kid off, and they be like, okay, we're not going to ask any questions. We don't even know where this kid came from, but okay. But with the dude, like, wait a minute, that's my fucking baby too. I didn't want you to drop the baby off.
The guy's gonna have to go through.
Can you take legal action?
The guy's going. You can, but it's a long, drawn out, and complicated situation. A friend of mine was recently going through this. Lived in another state, and his child's mother took his child, like kidnapped. It's not kidnapped by the legal sense because she was a guardian, but because there was no issue between them, she took the baby and bounced. And he went and got custody in that state. And when he came here to obtain his child, the custody in the other state was not recognized here because, family court in Michigan is a racket. So my man's, you know what I'm saying, only recently, you know what I'm saying, through his perseverance and shit, did he get his family situation straight. I commend him because these last 3 years, my brother has been through some insane shit, but he stuck with it because he gave a fuck about his family. He gave a fuck about his children.
Like with all this abandonment and you know, crazy mothers. Like, when mothers is fucking fighting for their kids and shit like that, like the polar opposite, I can really commend that. You know what I'm saying? Today's society is pretty, you know, people like to focus on the negative shit a lot more than the actual positive shit. Like, there's been a lot of mothers pretty much holding their kids down, especially like kids that's in fucking NFL and shit and stuff like that. First person they were like, my motherfucking mama. You know, it was this dude at the NFL draft. Like, he was losing his mind. Like, he was cussing. He like held up a fucking sign. He started cussing and shit. Like, I don't even care. Find me. Find me. I don't give a fuck. My mama brought me here. I'm like, okay, that's what's up.
That's real.
You know what that reminds me of? Back in the day, there were 2 ways for a female slave to obtain her freedom. She could either be bought by a benevolent slave owner and freed that way, or she could have 15 kids and be freed.
Oh, it was kind of like a
giving birth, the golden goose. It was the golden goose. You give birth.
Produced enough. So
you give birth to the golden goose, and we'll cut you free.
And also, a man doesn't have that option.
No.
So even back to that day, it's crazy.
I mean, it's because we still live in like when I said we live in the matriarchy, we never left.
Yeah.
The condition that we exist in here in America as black people it's not a naturally occurring matriarchy. It's a matriarchal system forced upon us via the subjugation and the castration of male figures and the prompting up both situationally and otherwise of the maternal figures. Big Mama is the staple in the black community because she was appointed staple ship. She was made the main figure.
She have National Negro Day. Just
we back on National Negro Day.
A National Negro Day specifically just for the brothers. Just for the brothers. Not
because
Father's Day.
isn't really celebrated.
It's not. It's
Nobody
not.
give a fuck about
In the black community, it's true. It's a very underscored holiday. And here in Detroit, it's odd because Detroit, maybe Atlanta is Detroit specifically.
I was gonna say easy. You're talking about Atlanta. Let's do it.
Detroit and Atlanta.
Tupperware pussy out there.
Detroit and Atlanta are 2 places where on Father's Day you can behold, I can't even call it a spectacle, but you can behold the sight of women being celebrated as fathers. Mahogany,
the step stud,
as coined by the villain. The mahogany is a imprint under Hallmark cards, and Mahogany makes holiday cards specifically catered to blacks, given by the name, right? Mahogany is the only fucking card company that produces Happy Father's Day mom cards. That is like an exclusive thing to the black community, and to me, it's very
like
telling.
Illustrations of like the stud, like I know on some cards they have like illustrations of like
the stud thing is something
like a dad holding his son. You know what I mean?
What would the stud even look like in the cartoon?
It look like a polo and a.
It look like Lil Wayne.
It would look like a dude, presumably, or it would look androgynous.
Yeah.
But yeah, step studs is an actual phenomenon here in Detroit.
It is.
And I laughed at Villain's social media posts until I saw somebody bragging about being a step stud.
Yeah.
And you see them, they got the nice crop cuts or the short dreads and the yays, and I find that funny because
they just look like a feminized version of a man.
But I've always found that funny that a lot of people that love very masculine attire and appearance, they always go for the thug ghetto nigga caricature. I ain't never seen no Barack Obama stud. I ain't seen no Colin Powell stud.
I would like, actually, you know what? I would probably understand it more if I did see a more variety.
Yeah, but it's always like, you know, the sagging. Yeah, the sagging pants.
They all look like little Bow Wow 2009 and shit.
Yeah, niggas didn't.
Manny Fresh.
Yeah, and niggas didn't, or Jadakiss, and niggas didn't come up with that fashion trends. That shit was decided in a boardroom of niggas that don't rap and don't make music at all, but we're trying to push fashion shit. And niggas didn't come up with that.
The funny thing is, I like studs. Studs are cool. They're fun to hang around with. They talk shit. They like the same thing I like. They play 2K.
I mean, I used to be annoyed because it'd be like all the clothes
You also see it. You
that I
also
liked, they were all taking them away, and I couldn't find my size a lot.
couldn't get because they buy big. But you know it's a funny phenomenon. I don't know if y'all notice it. Not only do you see a lot of studs co-parenting with a lot of women here in Detroit, I've noticed it's a lot of pregnant studs, which brings me back to my mothers in society today in the age of gender fluidity and transgenderism. You know what I'm saying? To see a pregnant stud 20 years ago, your brain would explode. You'd be like, what am I looking at? But it's normal now.
Yeah.
It is normal.
Outside of the social media jokes, I know everybody has seen the meme where, fucked around and got your boy pregnant. And I mean, we...
I saw that shit die.
My swollen pregnancy feet don't fit in these J's like they used to.
You know how hard it is to rock some Tins with some swollen prego feet? This shit sucks.
Can't get
No
it over.
butters this Christmas.
Can't get it over the ankles.
Oh,
No,
The butters.
no butters.
But I mean, we've talked about regular women in society, even from the alternative stance enough. So let's go on to the celebrity mothers. Chief among the celebrity moms.
I want to talk about the king or the queen. What the fuck do you call her? Fucking Kardashian mama.
Kris Jenner.
That's the big mama right there.
Shit.
Kris Jenner is legendary. Kris Jenner is legendary.
Legend.
Among mothers from the simple standpoint of I saw a picture, and in the picture it was a picture of Kris Jenner at the OJ trial.
Oh, yeah.
Now what's significant about this picture is the rumors surrounding Kris Jenner and OJ's relationship. And sitting next to her in the picture is Bruce Jenner.
Yeah.
So her husband, Robert Kardashian, from which the Kardashian dynasty owes its namesake, you have Robert Kardashian Sr. defending OJ.
Yep.
He's the husband of Kris Jenner.
Right.
Defending the supposed side nigga of Kris Jenner, while the future husband of Kris Jenner, Bruce Jenner, formerly, is sitting next to her.
She slaying clit to all them niggas.
So
She won. She won, and she became Thanos.
So my question to y'all is:
Senator Palpatine.
do the Jenner children wish both Caitlyn and Kris happy Mother's Day? How do y'all think that works?
I don't know what to do with
Well,
I don't know what to do.
Caitlyn is Woman of the fucking Year. I mean, she did win that award. I mean, I think they probably would celebrate her because they,
But just
they into that fuck shit.
because she's a woman doesn't mean she's a mother.
That's true.
But then again, mother can be the caretaker
I was gonna say,
of the female gender.
Wow, come on.
Because we have to differentiate
All this
because
wordage.
mother is not the same as life giver anymore.
I don't agree with that term. Just call him what he is. He's my father. He's my trans father.
You're not being
But
sensitive.
I'm not being sensitive.
I think they're not gonna
You
look
cut
at
his dick
him
off?
as.
Cut his dick off like 2 days ago.
Mike is off.
All right. It's too much. It is a lot of confusion because it's like, well, you don't want to disrespect what he wants to be, and I think they celebrate him a lot going into that transition.
Her a lot.
I mean, her. I'm sorry.
I think they're gonna have to call him whatever. Call it. What her? Him?
Her. You get
They're gonna have to
Technically
call.
it's her.
What is his call his name? What is
Caitlyn.
They're gonna have to call Caitlyn whatever Caitlyn wants to be called.
Pronoun usage is very key. And speaking of the Kardashians, we want to give a small and special shout out in the realm of skullduggery to Black China, who is now the mother and the
She is a
caretaker
hood
of
rat's
the
dream.
Kardashian name. Her daughter is the newest. Her son. Is it her son?
Rat China.
Is it his son? I can't remember.
She had a son with Tiger and she had a daughter with Rob, right?
I forgot she had a kid with Tyson.
She had a daughter with Rob. Her daughter is the newest Kardashian. And given her name, she is the carrier of the Kardashian
She
legacy.
wins the ultimate hustle for a rat in my award because she finessed
She finessed the trap.
She finessed the trap.
I don't even.
Got robbed to give her Kardashian DNA. Now she has a plug for the rest of her life.
I don't even know.
And she won. I figured she figured it out.
If we can call her a rat at this point, can we? Because she's too diabolical to be a rat.
I mean, there's some smart
She
rats.
can be the brain or Pinky,
There's some smart rats. There's a lot of them out there.
She might be Pinky and the brain.
She Pinky and the brain. She finessed the fuck out of that situation.
And she gave Rob diabetes. I believe that.
Yeah, and she made him fat.
Fatter.
She killed him.
Fatter.
She killed him. And then when he dies, she'll have money.
She'll have all his money.
She'll have all his money.
They hate that, but they ain't even want to use the name. They ain't even want to use Kardashian.
Which I find funny because while they cut her out of the family, or they've tried to cut her out of the family, though she is family by law, they were upset when Diddy cut them out of that picture. Shout out to Mr. Combs and the croppage and black excellence.
It was Black Excellence too. He's cut them off smooth. Like you imagine Diddy using Photoshop? That'd be the greatest.
Sitting on an old ass one of them Macs that with the whole thing is built into one system with the big ass monitor.
Hey, check this, Cassie. I'm about to crop these bitches out. Take that.
Some old ass drink sitting on the table, whole bunch of rock around it.
Or Puffy Juice as 50 calls
Puffy
it.
juice. Fuck nigga juice.
And in other celebrity mom news, we have she was in my top 10 among snow bunnies once upon a time ago, but then I don't know what happened. She got in Hollywood and she got Holly weirded out, and just at least body wise.
They'll kill you.
Everything wise, brain wise.
Hollywood will kill you.
Charlize Theron, who has a son and a daughter.
Adopted black.
She adopted kids from her native country of South Africa.
I didn't even know she was from South Africa.
Yeah, she's South African. And she's actually African American because she's an American citizen.
The finesse. The
Verbiage.
But yeah, Charlize Theron has been in the news recently for her son's wild and erratic behavior in public, and she got him wearing dresses and high heels and stuff like that, and she says that's what he wants to wear.
And she putting
He don't know what he want to wear. He's too young.
And he got a lace front.
Yeah, he got on
fucking
wigs
young
and
to
shit.
know all that shit.
I agree.
I feel like that's.
I don't know. Because I grew up with some niggas, and I knew them niggas was gay in like 4th grade. So.
Yeah,
Well, I
this
mean,
like a 5-6-year-old kid.
Yeah, like, he too young. He wouldn't know what the fuck that shit is. He probably his mama got him all looking like a fucking gay Care Bear.
Well, what do y'all think is the necessity of
Gay Care Bear.
putting these young boys in these situations?
I don't. That's a really good question. I feel like maybe they trying to fill that void with whatever relationship they had with their prior baby daddy, or some guy came in their life, and they trying to fill this void by making this glamorous, I guess.
That's funny,
You know.
and that's funny because I've never known Charlize to date any black guys, or I've never seen her with one.
I've never seen no one either. But I think like they're using it, the angle of they're doing. I'm letting my kid do what they want to do. That's what they saying. Like if you just throw him in the room, he's gonna run over there to the wig and be like, I want to wear that. That's what they're saying. But who knows if she's just not forcing him into that shit? Like put this on. How about this? Wear these pink boots.
I agree. Just to segue to another celebrity mom, Angelina Jolie's decisions to quote unquote let her adopted children, be gender fluid. I know that was one of the main. I know it was one of the main cruxes of the relationship.
I never heard that.
Gender fluidity.
I heard that like a week ago.
Gender fluidity, from what I've studied, and if anybody can correct me in the comments, please do. Gender fluidity involves not being held to or not maintaining any one or specific gender. You can be male. See, and even the verbiage. You can be male one day, female the next day, maybe a little bit of both on some days.
What?
Neither. You can be neither one. You can totally not adhere to the gender binary as it exists.
So what do we
bullshit.
call stuff then?
Right, so
like,
right,
we need
so what do you-
words. We
right.
need words to think.
They have pronouns like she and
Oh.
she. It's like XE.
It's not like you making that up. Like a Wu-Tang.
I mean, it is
Like
made up.
Wu-Tang, dog.
It is made up, but what it is
Jesus.
they're trying to
Jesus.
they're trying
Right.
to get it into common vernacular.
The clitter, the dicker.
But Jolie and Brad are going through. Brad Pitt are going through a messy custody battle. They were together for 11, 12 years, and then they got married 2 years ago.
I mean, but I knew
and
this
then
was
split.
coming. Yeah, I mean, shit, he left Jennifer Aniston for her. I mean, this ain't.
I think he's getting back with Jennifer Aniston.
He might. She been looking good lately. She been looking real good.
I think Jennifer Aniston married, ain't she?
It's Hollywood. I mean, it's Brad Pitt. She gonna turn down Brad Pitt.
She can now. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure at the height, because Brad has said that, you know what I'm saying, to get through these last couple months, he done stopped drinking, and he been listening to a lot of Frank Ocean.
You know you fucked up. If you, no, I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say. You know you fucked up if to get over something you gotta stop drinking.
That's a real.
I believe that was a strategic move on his part, because if he continued drinking or indulging in whatever he was doing, it could have been used against him in that custody battle. Jolie cited him being an abusive father and stuff like that, and linked it to his drinking or whatever. But what was I talking
We gotta
about?
end on the big guns.
We got the biggest of the big guns. Ciara?
The big gun.
That's the Derringer. That's the Derringer. Ciara.
I thought it was like Sierra. Like Sierra Miss.
It's Ciara.
It's Sierra.
It's Ciara. Ciara's a prominent celebrity mom. Her.
Is she?
I mean, she is now. She got two prominent baby fathers, Future and Russell Wilson.
What was the name of Sierra last season?
I can't tell you that. I don't listen to Ciara's music. I just know who she is.
Sierra is her doing them dumbass dances.
Matrix.
And Jazzy Faye talking behind her. And shit.
Yeah, you know what? I ain't got no problem with Sierra, but I got a problem with Jazzy Faye, not from his production, just because Birdman tried to put that nigga in Manny Fresh's place, and nobody replaces. Can't nobody replace Manny Fresh.
Nah, you can't replace Manny Fresh.
But Sierra
Fucking
versus who?
idiots.
No, Sierra. People. I mean, some people would say Sierra versus Beyonce. I wouldn't say that. I ain't trying to get tore up by black women out there.
People chasing us down for saying that.
Who had the better twins?
Is Sierra pregnant with twins?
Yeah, they both got.
Oh, she got twins too?
Yeah.
I had no. That's how small I view
They be copying.
Sierra.
They'd be like, oh, she copied Beyonce, even though she was pregnant first. She was pregnant before Beyonce.
I know Kanye was adamant on having a son, and Kim had embryos fertilized, and she specifically chose the male. She specifically chose one that would be fertilized as a male to give Kanye an heir. Yeah, so to me, that's above and beyond the call of wife duty. Like, you know what? Not to detract from Beyonce and Ciara, I want to say this about Kim Kardashian. I find it funny that Kim Kardashian gets a lot of slander for the relationships that I guess she was in before Kanye, but for her to be so high profile, like maybe the 5 or 10 relationships that she was in, speculative asterisk, that's low. And then ever since she married Kanye, she's been motherfucking wife and mother.
So I want to hate on Kim, but it's hard.
It's hard.
It's hard to hate on her. I can hate on her sister. That's easy to
Her
do.
sisters, you can slander them easily. They sisters garbage.
But Kim, you kind of gotta.
You gotta respect it.
Yeah.
At some point, you gotta respect her decision making.
Yeah.
Even though I know
She's
that.
Vader.
Well, yeah, she is
Her
Vader.
mama is
But her mama is
Palpatine.
Palpatine. But you gotta respect that she's been consistent.
The consistency is one thing.
I gotta give it to her. She's great.
She ain't as consistent as Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra.
Has she done anything recent? I feel like she ain't done nothing in
She
10
married
years.
West.
Married to Russell Westbrook.
Was it Wilson or Westbrook?
Wilson.
I don't know that nigga name. Fuck him.
Oh wow! Come
That
on.
nigga look like
Don't he got like a Jerry curl?
Puerto Rican Michael Jackson.
Okay, well.
He lost to me.
But ever since Sierra ever since Sierra Trash Box got a hold of him, that nigga has been off the face of the earth. Like, that nigga was on top of the world. Now that nigga just another whack nigga in her long line of whack niggas.
You talk about, so you said Future a whack nigga?
Well, Future fucked her and tried to get her out of there.
I remember that he broke off the engagement. She was like 7-8 months pregnant, and then it was back on, and then he was like done. And then Future Jr. was born.
He always fucking around.
Isn't that like most rappers conceive?
But see, that's why I didn't want to compare her to quote unquote Queen B, no disrespect, because Beyonce is held as the pinnacle of black womanhood.
Sierra is the great value version of Beyonce.
You think so?
That's saying men lie, women lie, numbers don't. As spoken by Beyonce's husband. The numbers.
She looked like she looked like a great value version of Beyonce. Her career is kind of like a great value version of Beyonce. It's just like,
that makes sense.
You know, she did what Beyonce does. It's just weird.
I think she didn't have the right production as a Beyonce.
Damn, bro, it's been like 15 years.
Yeah, I mean,
technically since
now that we're talking about her,
since Beyonce was part of a group.
Yeah,
like there are little kids, there are little girls that don't even know
that she was in it. Right,
but it's like Sierra. I don't know, man.
I don't know. Like the more we're talking about her, I'm starting to remember like her career.
Yeah.
And when I think of Sierra, I felt like they were just like she was just a project that never they never expected her to pan out as big as she was. I think she fell in that like little mama like little box where they were playing with her and they were like, all right, well if it worked, it worked.
Sierra forced herself to be relevant though, which I can kind of respect. Because even though my music ain't hot, y'all still gonna know who I am. I still got 2 million Instagram followers. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
still popping in the
she ain't ugly.
She ain't ugly.
She ain't busted at all.
Out here in the streets. You know what I'm saying? I can still get paid off of just a walkthrough.
And again, you know what I'm saying? She gets a lot of shit. She takes a lot of heat, but being in Hollywood, her body count of prolific boyfriends, like to me, if you got 5 and under for a 10, 15 year career, your body count is arguably low. It's hoes in the hood that cannot even stake claim to a similar body count. That's why I don't understand all the single bitches out here dissing Kim Kardashian and Sierra formally. I don't know. They'll support Sierra because she's black and shit on Kim Kardashian.
They'll support Sierra to a point because Sierra ain't as good as a lot of these other people.
No,
so,
but Beyonce about to have twins. She about to give birth to Jay-Z's twins, and Blue Ivy about to have 2 younger siblings.
When them niggas gonna be done? Like out of the spotlight? Like
never.
Finished?
Never. I think they.
Didn't you hear the shining? All of this winning. Didn't you hear the last single with Khaled?
At some point.
All of this winning.
At some point, them niggas gotta just sit back and be like, all right, I'm done with this shit.
Nah.
Because I would be exhausted right now.
No, you wouldn't.
As a 50-year-old man, my wife Beyonce, I got all this responsibility. I gotta just sit down somewhere at some point, right?
I mean, Hov makes music when Hov want to make music. He on some Prince shit now, where it's like, I'll drop an album when I feel like.
I think when you reach that certain status, it's like, well, I've conquered this, but what else do I need to do? Yeah. You always constantly seeing, well, what else I need to conquer, or what else is there on the board when you got that kind of star power?
Because I think Beyonce is a machine. Like she's a fucking machine.
She is.
She's a workaholic.
She reminds me of Serena Williams, who just got a baby, who was pregnant during Wimbledon and won. So they're similar. Like it's like nothing's gonna stop these bros.
I think it's the pressure though. I think because they accomplished such things and now they have these titles.
Yeah, you kind of want to go out on top.
You want to meet the expectation.
Yeah, because only Beyonce's only competition is pretty much Adele and Rihanna. Yeah. That's pretty much it. And like she only in competition with Adele because she's the great white hype and great white hope. And fucking Rihanna, she always. I don't care what people say. I think she hate Rihanna.
I know she hate Rihanna. What you talking about? I know she.
It's like no, because everybody everybody is always like, nah, they actually like each other. They take pictures.
No.
they cool.
No.
I ain't never seen them two in the same space.
I've seen them in the same space before, but it's like weird. Though.
It's awkward tension.
Yeah, it's weird. They always taking these pictures and smiling, fake smiles. But it's just like she in competition with Rihanna because Rihanna is the next bitch, and she don't want that to happen.
And I mean, you know, her husband is very attached and instrumental to Rihanna's career.
Some people say attached.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
We can't prove that Mr. Hove.
No slander out there.
We can't prove that he.
I'm done with my Jay-Z slander.
You can't prove it.
Well, I mean, y'all want to wrap it up from here?
I just want to wrap it up by saying thanks to all the mamas out there. The real mamas.
We appreciate y'all. You got anything to say, Kutta?
I want to thank all the stud moms.
Oh my God.
The single parent moms. I want to thank all the moms in general. And happy Mother's Day. And happy Mother's Day to Mom if you're hearing this.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mom. We actually want to thank everybody that came out and listened to the show today. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And also there's a little notification button next to the subscribe button. If you click it, anytime we update a show or post a preview for a show, you'll get it. And until next time, this has been the mighty METABaron.
Karl Kutta.
Voice the villain.
And this is HattageUnderground. Peace, and we're out.